Alright, I said I was going to make a video, and this is me doing that thing. So, I didn't really get a lot of questions, but I did find in my inbox some questions that I neglected to answer from a meme I did, and then got bored with, as I so often do, because I'm a lousy human being. Yeah, so, gonna do those now. And then the actual specific questions that I got. And it would have made more sense for me to look at these first, but you're going to have to deal with awkward pauses while I read them. So, going back to the meme, I can never say that right. I know it's meme, but when I first read it, I thought it was mem, so that's what's in my head, and it'll never go away, so I'll always sound like an idiot when I say that. 19! Question 19. All of the pets I've ever had. I've had a lot of pets. I will attempt to do a list. There was Missy and Kiki. Those were my first cats. Then Lucky, who was named Lucky because he almost died about 8 times. He just ran away, too. He might still be alive. He might actually be immortal. I would like that. That would make me happy. Oh, I also had a dog, a Cocker Spaniel named Charlie, and an Old English sheepdog named Dusty, but I was very young when we had them, and I can just sort of half remember them. I more remember pictures of me with them from when I was too young to remember. I had a cat named Billy, who was my best friend all through grade school and high school. Like, actually, he was my best friend. I would rather spend time with that cat than anyone else. He sort of wandered off one day. He was an outside cat, and he had a hard life, so... Oh, no, I've made myself sad. I had a cat named Bunky, who was insane. My roommate at the time found her in a dumpster, and she was just never quite right, but she was well loved. I had to leave her with the roommate when I moved, and then I had 2 cats here named Paris and Stella, and we had to leave them behind when we moved into Portland for the smaller apartment. And they just got taken to a shelter, and one of them went directly to a family, and the other was just waiting to be picked up. But I'm sure they're fine. Actually, one of them ended up going to the shelter and finding a family, and the other one ended up going with a friend of mine from work. So, yeah, I miss them. They were kitties that were good. Also horribly insane. Terrors, little monsters. But now that they're not here, I think of them fondly. I also had another dog at some point in there. This was more my parents' dog. I never liked it much. But yeah, those were my pets. I had a mouse named Sir Colin of Mousington, but he, being a rodent with a short lifespan, died, and then I was very sad, and I decided I wasn't going to have mice anymore because I can't deal with that, and I get very attached to things, so it's mostly stuffed animals from now on for me, because I get sad when things die. Right, what was the other one? I shouldn't say, it always sounds bad on the playback, and then I go, oh, I shouldn't post that, I said so much, I sound dumb. So I'm not going to say it. Nope. No, sir. Just awkward silence. The next question is 42. The nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Well, I suppose that would probably be Zaph agreeing to marry me. Damn it. I can't really think of anything else. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go with that. I don't think you can top that. I'm sure there's something that some comment that somebody has made to me at some point that warmed my heart and filled me with joy, but my goldfish memory has not allowed me to retain it, which is sad. But that means all the insults just slide right off me too, so, golden. And again, now I've forgotten what I was doing. Questions. 45. My relationship with my siblings. I don't really have any siblings. I have a half-brother and sister. I have seen them a couple of times. As far as I know, my half-sister, whose name I can't remember, Bea, apparently. Wow, that's sad that you know that and I don't. That's Zaf over there. Bea is on her 5th child in some horrible marriage with some terrible person that she ran off with at 17, or I don't know. And Israel was in jail last I heard. They're not we have no contact with them really. It's not anything to do with me. Which I occasionally feel sort of bad about that, but not enough to actually make any connection to them. Awkward pause. That got real there for a minute. 54. Biggest turn-ons. Can I just say Spider-Woman? Okay, I'm getting a thumbs up from Zaf, and I'm gonna just say Jessica Drew. That is my biggest turn-on. The closer any situation approaches to Jessica Drew, the more I'm turned on. That's about it. That's all I'm really willing to share at this level of sobriety. Oh, and my questions that I got. From Jane, who's made her triumphant return to the internet. Huzzah! I was getting so sad because people kept sending me messages like, is Jane okay? And I'm like, yeah, she's fine. She's just doing her thing. Got fandom burnout. It happens to the best of us. And she made me this scarf because she's awesome. And what fanish things happening in the next year or so am I most looking forward to? More Hawkeye comic, which I'm very happy about. More Captain Marvel. I don't... Iron Man 3 very cautiously, because I like to look at Robert Downey Jr., and yet, on the other hand, movieverse... But again, I like to look at Robert Downey Jr., and I like explosions and special effects, so it'll be enjoyable on some level at least, but I'm not looking forward to Greg Land ruining my comic book with his horrible porn faces. Let's see. I don't know. I'm mostly continuing Hawkeye and Captain Marvel comics, which I've been enjoying thoroughly. Avenging Spider-Man has also been fairly consistently good. I'm, like, doing this weird bobbing thing now. I guess that's what I do. Visual interest. Little lion. Roar. This is getting exceedingly long. No one's going to want to watch all this. Okay, last question, really quickly. That's Zaf's, and I don't have to look at it because I remember it because I was just talking to her about it. And that was the idea of Once Upon a Time, the show on the TV box being, or Netflix if you're me and don't own a TV, being a Carol Danvers AU where she is the main character girl whose name, Emma Swan, which sounds so ridiculous, but they ruined that. I love the name Bella. It's a beautiful name, and Swan's a very good last name, and Twilight ruined it, because no one can ever use those names again. So sad. But anyway, doesn't actually need to be an AU, because Carol had a story where she got sucked into a story book by this kid who is a mutant and had this power that could do reality manipulation things. And I can't quite remember because I read it a few months ago, but I burned through the trades pretty fast, and so I don't have a perfect recollection. But it's this one. Good. Yes. Oh yeah, it is the one with the pretty cover. Binary. Awesome. You should read comics. They're pretty. Look how pretty Carol is. Don't you love her? Yes. Buy all her books. And buy her new book, because Kelly Sue is awesome. Kelly Sue. Right, so that's it. Those are all the questions I got, and now you have to watch me for over 10 minutes, and it's horrible, and I'll stop now. Bye!